morning there. You're watching QTV this morning, and I am Jenna Bosonko, here once again with my amazing co-host Ibrahim Abalde and Mr. Ade Durami. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. So today, before I allow you guys to say anything, I just want to use this opportunity to call on sponsors, because it's been weeks, a while that, you know, we can't have advertisements to come before we start the program, you know. So we used to have Opticalia that came and renewed because it was good for them, and then we had other businesses as well come. So we're calling on Gambian businesses to come and join us. You know, it's a very good deal, considering the fact that when it airs at this time live, it's repeated 12 a.m. as well as we stream live online, YouTube, as well as on Facebook. So, you know, it's a good deal for you. Different platforms, reaching different people.
This is it. And I think we need to make the point that they need not be scared. They might be thinking, I bet it's expensive.
It's not.
You'll be surprised and delighted at how reasonable it is.
Very reasonable.
So,
yeah, come on board. Come on board. Get in touch. So, gentlemen, how are you feeling?
Yeah. I'm feeling fine. I'm lying. I've got a bit of a croaky throat.
Oh, so, sorry about that.
It's been developing. It's not COVID, I'm told, but yeah.
But anyway, I think COVID is coming. According to people, COVID is back.
It's either
stuff
back
like
or
that.
it's not, but you know.
Yeah, but we took the vaccine.
We barely noticed it, but even though a few people were affected.
But
generally, we got away lightly across Africa. Generally, South Africa not so good. But most of the rest of Africa, pretty good.
Yeah. Ibrahim, how are you feeling?
I'm fine,
Nice shirt.
I'm good. I mean,
nice. I like the white and the pink.
Is it purple or pink? It's pink?
I mean, it's light pink.
Light pink looks good.
Yeah, it's not like your pink.
Okay, this one is hot pink.
This is hot pink.
Yeah.
I think hot pink for women, the light one is for men.
I like pink on men.
Yeah.
A lot.
It's cool.
Pink is my color.
Is it?
I like pink. You know, I like yellow.
Nice.
Pink, yellow, yeah. I love it.
Wow, bright colors for a man.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Not the usual either. Mr. Eddie, what's your favorite
color?
color?
There are other men that have the taste of, I mean, how women feel about certain things.
So that's the taste you have?
Yeah, for colors.
For colors.
For colors.
Thank God for making this
made it clear.
Like, thank you. Mr. Eddie, what's your favorite color?
Red.
Red. Yeah. Why red?
Danger. You're always dangerous.
I never understood why red until one day I looked through my wardrobe. I was in London, and I looked through my wardrobe and I realized how many red T-shirts I had.
Yeah.
And I thought, this must be my favorite color.
Yeah, it's
because
your favorite.
It was kind of subconscious thing. I just had so many red T-shirts.
Yeah.
And only one red shirt, mind you, but many red T-shirts. So yeah, I guess it must be red.
One of my friends came to me the other time. I mean, this guy, I've been seeing him wearing a black shirt for a long time. You know, almost every day. If I meet him even today, I'll see black shirt on him. So the other time he came and confessed. He said to me, "You are looking at my shirt." He said, "I do not have one. I have more than 10.
Oh, okay, just to make it clear.
Just to make it clear.
Yeah.
I said, boy, you can at least get maybe a different one. Maybe
That's
if it's going to be black, but it's going to be different design. But all these designs are the same.
I think I like purple. And it looks so good on me. It just generally looks good on dark women.
This is true. This is true.
The color,
Purple sets off well against the darker
Yeah,
skin.
it does a lot. Yeah, so I love it.
Yeah,
so
cool.
let's head right on to our proverb.
It reads.
Is it from Congo again?
This one is from Zambia.
Oh,
Lusaka.
Okay.
Yeah, so consistency enables one to achieve his or her goals.
Yeah? Wow.
Straight up.
That's yeah.
Is that a proverb?
Consistency enables one to achieve his or her goals. It's more of a quote.
It's more of a quote to me
a proverb.
Too. Me too.
You know, a proverb will be make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
But this is too direct.
It's
already telling you what it is.
It's more of a statement than a thing. But it's I guess it's true. I mean, consistency enables one to achieve his or her goals. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, whether being consistent allows you to do that, or just planning allows you to do that. That if you want to achieve something, don't wish for it, don't just hope for it, plan for it, and you know, it will come. I mean, for example, I got a very nice email yesterday which really made me happy because I've been planning something to do with the Saudi government, actually. And the email came through that they had approved it.
Nice.
So I was like, oh,
And
okay.
it took a lot of consistency to like push.
It did, and a lot of planning. We had to put the thing to them in a certain way where they would approve it and so on. So
And I can even
they probably tell me I shouldn't have mentioned it, but it's too late now.
It's too late. But for Balde, I can talk on your behalf.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
For example, I know you've been working for radio a very long time in Basse.
Through my days.
In your days, you know, you had to like continue a certain trend of the media, starting from radio and then coming up.
Was he the guy known as Selector? Was that him?
The top
That
selector.
was your name?
Top Selector.
Really?
The top selector.
Top Selector. Not just Selector, but
Those
Top
are my
Selector.
days.
Really?
You don't know Top Selector?
I don't know.
You'd never heard of Top Selector?
Most media personalities I know started with DJ.
Yes.
So I'm like, me,
You know,
a DJ?
yes.
I can't be a DJ, Mr.
You know how they call the Gambia Press Union president?
How?
MS?
Yeah.
Universal Dynamic.
Yeah.
Because he used to be a DJ.
That was his name.
that
I mean,
was
when
the
he
DJ
was
name.
doing this DJ thing at Radio 1.
Oh my
It
God.
was called, we call him,
For some reason,
if you see him, call him Universal Dynamic.
I will.
even Lamin Manga,
Yes.
Yeah.
Of
all
course.
these people,
Yeah, of course.
I came to realize they were like DJs at some point.
Yeah.
So was
no,
I,
that's
of
where
course,
the inspiration. I mean,
You were a
came from.
DJ too?
Are you kidding? Gosh,
Yeah, a big DJ.
For many
Selector.
years.
Oh my
Played
God.
dances, played clubs, played when they had the concert for Mandela at Wembley. I was the DJ for the musicians
No
at
way.
their after party.
No,
yeah.
you
After
know,
party.
Trust me. Yeah, yeah.
what a
Big time
transformation.
DJ.
Okay,
Big
so you
time
know what I
DJ.
want to understand?
Yeah,
How did the DJing
yeah.
like contribute to the whole steps that you got to take later to become a
No.
professional journalist? Because I know a lot of journalists who started.
Now, for me, I've always said that nobody is just one thing.
Okay.
We are all multi-dimensional. So, for example, when I used to teach children who would come to me and said, I don't know how to write, I would say to them, everybody can write. And they're like, no. I said, you can write a story. And so what I would do is, from Monday to Friday, on the first day, I would say to them, okay, write about your journey from home till you came to my house. Okay? They say, yeah, no problem. And they'll write. The next day, just write, for that first day, you write just about yourself. The next day, write about the people you interacted with.
Yeah.
The next day, include your family in the story. And suddenly, by the end of Friday, you're a writer. Because you do many
You need
things.
to start
So it's the
somewhere.
same as us. DJing. I played football. I DJ'd. I wrote articles. Even when I was in primary school, I edited my school magazine. So I've always had that side of me as well.
I remember when I was in Basse,
Amazing.
when I was doing my DJ business. I mean, in Basse, there is no village surrounding Basse that I did not get to.
Look at that.
To DJ.
To DJ.
Yeah.
and play.
Oh my God.
So if you go there and you say top
so,
selector,
I was so
they still
famous in that area
Uh-huh.
to an extent people will pay money so that I can just go and appear in their village for them just to see me.
Are you joking?
And
Top
if
selector in the house.
no, if Basse people are watching, even my brother,
Yeah.
Bala Musa,
Were you as big as
Can-
Bobo Youth?
can-
Were you as big as because Bobo Youth is a legend.
Bobo Youth.
Bobo Youth is
No,
a legend.
He came at the latter part.
But
When I already
when you were
retired
already
from my,
you were kind
you
of
understand. So
easy.
they were the people that took after. They took over.
Yeah.
When I returned to the combo. So
Amazing.
I mean,
that must have been a great experience.
absolutely.
But you
So
know what's
that's where it
interesting?
started.
You know what's interesting about this? Geneva was about to explain how you related to our quote, our proverb. You started, and we derailed it. We took it
Yeah,
over
because I was
from
just talking about how he did
the DJ,
the
the
media
consistency.
thing, that it's still
And now
media.
I'm sitting here as the VJ.
And the thing is,
to
be honest,
I'm sitting here as the VJ.
You've actually proved yourself in all of those things.
Exactly.
So you've done Smiling Coast, you've done Weltare, you've done this program, and there's been consistency, which is why people know
That's
you.
what I was
they know you
talking
and,
about.
and they know your name. Yeah.
So it's amazing.
Absolutely,
But
that's
we'll
how
just
it
go
is.
for a short
You
break.
never know my DJ skills.
No,
This is
top
the top
selector.
the top
Top
selector
selector.
speaking on the
On the mic.
On the wheels of steel.
Whatever.
Big up to my fans.
On the wheels of
Let's go
steel.
a short break, and when we come back, we'll head right on to the newspaper review.
The art of juggling is a true spectacle of agility, coordination, and speed. A symbol of progression, precision, and mastery. "5G speed is like having the juggler in your pocket. With lightning-fast download and upload speeds, you'll easily be able to juggle even the busiest workdays. Whether you're a busy entrepreneur, a creative, or just someone who wants to stay connected, juggle your tasks with ease with QCell 5G speed. The future is here. It's fast, reliable, and efficient. First brought to you by QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and I am Jenna Bosonko here with my co-host Ibrahim Abalde, top selector, and Mr. Ade Drami.
And VJ.
Mr. What was your name at the time?
What else would it be? DJ Ade.
DJ Ade.
I kept it simple. I kept it simple.
Kept it simple.
Kept it
DJ
simple.
Ade.
None of this fancy stuff. I mean, I have a cousin who, in fact, we worked in the same office at one time, and we're the same age.
Yeah.
And his DJ name was DJ Superfly.
No way. Top selector.
In fact, many people don't even know his real
He's
name. They just
always
know him
all over the place. Top
Superfly.
selector.
I mean, I just kept it simple.
DJ Ade.
Are they on the mix?
I don't know what my name, if I was a DJ, I don't know what. DJ J Naba. DJ J.
DJ J.
DJ J. Look at that.
Oh, J Baby.
I'm a
And you know, the program that we're going to
DJ Sonko.
encourage you with is going to be Cool House.
Cool. Well, anyway, let's take a look at some serious business.
Yes, indeed.
So, the National Human Rights Commission engaged National Assembly members. That was like over the weekend.
Yes. About
human rights obligations,
Sure.
and updating them on the implementation of the TRRC. And I think, it was timely, the issue of human rights, because they touched on different issues: women's rights, children's
Including
rights,
FGM.
including, female genital mutilation.
They didn't skate around the issue.
Because even Uncle Nyundo Drame at some point did not mention FGM, but part of his speech, he was trying to distinguish or talk about culture, how culture and human rights sometimes kind of clash. And then as lawmakers, they need to understand these things.
Yeah, it's true. And I think one of the things is that what we tend to forget is that actually life is what prepares you to be a lawmaker. Many people don't go to a school or a college to study how to be a National Assembly member.
No.
They were doing something else and then they got elected. And suddenly you are the person who you're making laws that govern everybody's lives. That's quite a responsibility if you think about it like that. And so, you need to know what your responsibilities are and the limits of it, as well as the extent of it. So I think it was good that they had that engagement with them. Whenever they do it, it will be timely, because it's one that needs to be constant. They need to be reminded.
And, they need a lot of capacity building.
Well, yeah, sure. We've seen that from some of the debates.
Yeah.
That there's a lot that's missing, that's lacking, whatever. But, we hope that engagements like that and others will help to
so we get
them.
solid debates,
issues
coming up
that
instead
of quality and emotions.
Yes,
I think emotions are good, but
not in all cases.
They need to be driven by sense and facts and so on and science, etc.
And also moving on, we see the Nairobi Climate Declaration. We even did a story on it. It's calling for the establishment of global carbon tax system.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about this for so long.
That's why I'm smiling.
When I saw it, I'm like, the only place I know where this is working is in Nairobi itself. In Kenya itself.
Yeah.
They do this carbon credits. But that's because
I mean,
of the
globally it's
systems.
meant to be working, but it's not. Really.
It's not, to be honest.
And they're trying to find a way that they can make it work.
Yeah.
And at the moment, nobody's quite sort of found the magic solution that will make it work. But it needs to, if we're serious about
and
tackling
it's good for
climate
us.
change.
Then we get, because they're not, all these countries are not fulfilling their finance obligations.
Their obligations.
So this is
and
actually
their
a chance to like,
Yeah.
but for me too, when I saw that, you know, all these African leaders met in Nairobi, I was happy. The reason is because at least for the first time they're like coming together properly to like have
and the
plans
majority of
together.
them are there. The
Yeah.
majority of
Well,
them
I mean,
are
I
there.
think meeting is one thing, but also to implement certain things.
But at least there's a declaration that we can point at.
There's a declaration, and also I think the fact that so many of them attended tells you the seriousness or the importance that they're all giving to it. They're not just sort of, oh, I'll send my whatever perm-sec or whatever. You know, the presidents themselves went there, and I think when you do that and they give a promise, it carries a certain amount of weight when it's the president or the leader of the country who's done that. So yeah.
At least then when they go, now it's left to them when they go to the COP we will find out if it's just a mere declaration or it's something that they want to push. Also, you know, we see on the Voice newspaper that President Adama Barrow is admitting that he's aware of the socio-economic realities on the ground. So, as in prices and just how things are changing. But for me, Mr. Adi, what I do not tend to agree with is the fact that even when a chicken dies in your house in a corner, you want to blame the president. Like that does not like just sink in for me.
We see it all the time here at QTV. We go out to do a story and we're in the market and the people will appeal. A lot of times we don't even broadcast it because they're saying, you know, I want the president to do this, to do that. And of course, I mean, the president would not be human. Even the richest Gambian, because they have people who work for them, they're also aware of the realities on the ground. So it's not a surprise that the president says that. Whether the magic wand that people want to be waved
I guess
exists,
that's what they want.
it's not there. And so when you hear the opposition trying to make political capital out of this, I lose respect for them. Because they've got no real solutions beyond the fact that they're in opposition and they can say any rubbish. Because they never have to deliver on it.
Exactly.
You know, so, you know, we would do this, we would do that if we were in power. You think the people in power don't want to do it and make things better for people? If they could, of course they do. It's because they can't.
They can't.
You know, I keep saying this, we don't have gold, we don't have oil, we don't have diamonds, we don't have rutile.
All we have is tax.
You know, we have, you know, tourism.
Tax money.
And money that we get from taxes. And many people who should pay tax don't even pay the amount of tax they should pay.
Are we using it wisely?
Well, that's a different thing that you'd have to look at. Because look at the amount that is being collected and how is it being dispersed. We had ministers appear yesterday at the National Assembly saying that the police owe, for the fuel they've taken, they owe $11 million that they haven't paid. And, you know, the Interior Minister was asking, you know, for the police to be better resourced if they are to deliver on what their job is, which is to protect us. So there are constraints.
There are.
Well,
you know.
I mean, I think regarding fuel, I mean, don't you think now we should resort to maybe electric cars and, you know, the likes that will help the police, at least to...
In Gambia here?
Yes, at least to reduce the cost of fuel.
We can't even get electric in our houses. To get electric cars, you need to charge them at points.
And those points, there will be no electricity.
There'll be no electricity to those points. So
we're not even there yet.
Please.
Now we
You need to come and live where I live on Old Union near Coastal Road. Then you won't talk nonsense.
Well, that
electric
would
cars.
definitely have been the
If I lived there and I had an electric car, it would be
to say
parked
solar
permanently.
I was expecting him to say solar. I thought you were going to say solar.
Do you think solar is that reliable?
Go to Cape Verde.
Yeah.
Go to Cape Verde. We are in 2023. In 2 years' time, 2 years, I'm not talking 20, in 2 years' time, Cape Verde will be 100% reliant solar and wind. 100%. So you go and ask them if it's reliable. Of course it is. We just never explored it.
The sun is already there.
We
don't have to force it.
We've never explored it.
I have technically, I have my reasons of saying
why. What are your reasons?
You know, solar at some point, I mean, when you use it for some time, you will see the power decreases. You understand? So that I know. From experience, exactly. No, from experience, that's the reason why I'm saying that.
No, that's to do with poor capacity of whatever system you're using. There are towns in Germany that don't even get a tenth of the sunshine that we get. Of 15,000 people that run on the solar.
Amount of the
in
panels.
Germany, cold Germany, that get less sunlight than we do. If they can do it, why can we not? Please.
I think people, when people have to buy solar panels in Gambia, they try to like manage it, get something, because it has to
go for the best.
Capacity,
maybe in the Gambia we are receiving the poor quality.
It's not the poor quality,
not necessarily.
But have you paid for the best?
That's the thing.
Because we do it with everything.
Yeah.
You know, we get some guy to come and fix an electricity socket, and then when he blows or kills somebody,
I think even the GCCI is running on solar. GCI, the Kirjula.
Okay.
I see the solar.
Okay.
Yeah, they talked about it once. They
Maybe
talked about
we should do a program
and then
it.
ask them how they're managing using solar instead of, you know,
well,
the direct
electricity. I'm in support
time is up.
I am most in support of electric cars than
the solar.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I can.
Anyway, man, kidi na ko door.
I think we need to get
Mr. Kasumatiut, managing director, bidina jog door.
Let's get electricity, then we can get electric.
If I don't have electricity in my house, I don't need an electric car.
You know?
Just push it aside.
Please, behave.
I'm gonna beat him up.
We both of us are gonna beat him up on air.
On air. But anyway, thank you so much, Mr. Ade, for joining us. We'll just go for a short break and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G Internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G Internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
The future is now with QCell's 5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyapus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell brings you the future with our ultimate bundles. Enjoy the best voice and data bundle plans in one package. Get unlimited data packages with flexible validity and enjoy what true internet feels like. Get 30 minutes of on-net and off-net calls with 5 gigabytes of data for just $350. Or get bigger bundle packages from 10 gigabytes to 20 gigabytes with over 100 on-net and off-net voice calls and enjoy the fastest internet speed in the Gambia. You can also buy 1-day, 3-day or even 7-day packages and enjoy unlimited data bundles with uncapped speeds. Just dial *343# today and experience the limitless capabilities of the QCell network. *343# should be your favorite code to dial now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And now we're joined by Sheikh Al-Kinki Sanyang of the National Environment Agency. And if you've been following QTV, you'll see the activities that the NEA has been embarking on in collaboration with the GCCA Plus project in relation to planting coconut tree along Gambia's coast. And luckily I participated in one. I did not have the chance to actually do the coconut planting.
The planting itself.
I'll do one coming up. And I bet you'll be able to facilitate it, right?
Sure, surely. Even that day it has been facilitated. Someone planted on behalf of the whole media.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
so, yeah,
oh, nice. I didn't know about that.
Sure.
But just generally, before we get into the coconut planting, let's talk about the GCAA Plus project. You know, people just hear about it. Like myself, that was the fourth day when I attended that program. So it's important that you enlighten us more about what the project seeks to achieve beyond just planting coconut trees along the coast.
Thank you very much, Janaba. Thank you very much, Baldebanna.
Yes, Al-Kinki.
And thank you. Good morning, Gambia. Good morning, our viewers and listeners over there. It's nice having me in the studio today. Thank you very much, Janaba. The National Environment Agency, as you know, there are basically three main mediums in the whole world that the environment comprises of. That's the air, the land, and the seas. So those are the three main mediums. And of course, GCCA is Global Climate Change Alliance.
Right.
If you talk about Global Climate Change Alliance, that means we come together as one body and then fight against the phenomenon of climate change.
Right.
Climate change is one of the man-made problems that is going to have more severe consequences on me, you, and Baldebanda, and any other one.
Right.
And of course, not stopping to that, Genaba, it's also going to impact on generations yet to come. That's why the GCCA project is being powered and sponsored by the European Union as part of their package that they are giving to third world countries or the least developed countries. It comes to help the Gambia to mainstream climate change issues into our programs, national programs, and of course to help capacitize Gambians here in terms of adaptations and increase our stance on mitigation. Climate change, we all know climate change. It is as dangerous as coronavirus. Coronavirus may go and kill instant, but climate change spread over, it wouldn't kill. It will make you suffer before it kills you. The main causes of climate change, as we all know, is the emission of greenhouse gases, among a lot of other things that we do. And then there is no sign in any future that the impact of climate change is going to reduce. In fact, the impact of climate change is going to increase in this country because factors and things that we need to do to reduce the powers of the greenhouse gas is on the increase. One, I never got a car. I got a car now, and my son used to got a car. And as you said, we don't have electric cars. It's no solar cars.
Electric cars will contribute reducing the effect of climate change.
Let's be honest.
That's why I said Baldebana must be coming from Guinea.
What I mean, decide in the electric cars, then you are all the sectors you talk. Then you all now you take you hold them we need power.
Manufacture power capacity buñ am lolu la ñoo defar
ñom tam dañ ñoo wax lu gaay soxla ñu authority ñu won leen ne li la nawet soxla.
But if you understand the adaptation measures, if you understand,
we have to be serious about
this is what I am saying, because climate change is in two folds, Baldebanda. You have the mitigation, you have the adaptation. We have to mitigate. That is, we need to cut down the amount of things that causes greenhouse gas emission, things that will warm our atmosphere. Those are the activities potentially that we need to seriously cut down. And this includes our cars, our generators, our factories. They are emitting a lot of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, making the atmosphere so warm. And now the destruction has been done. Then that's why the second aspect of it comes, that is adaptation. What do we need to do in the eyes of the consequences of climate change? what can we do at least to sustain our livelihood? That is, what can we do as a resilience process to adapt? Because you don't have to adapt. It's already here.
So
You'll have to adapt.
Talking about that.
So that's why GCCA
come up with the coconut planting.
to strengthen.
Yes.
Coconut is one of the activities to do it. You know, a lot of people say, Alkinki, you are planting coconut. I say, yes. But why not other trees? I say, fine, you may not understand
why coconut?
The rationale. Baldebanda, some years ago, or not even 5 decades ago, if you go to the North Pole, the South Pole, where you have the Arctic and the Antarctic, there are big, huge mountains. They are glaciers. They are glaciers. They are as thick as any concrete. Vehicles and other things run on glass at the Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle, because of those areas used to be called temperate regions, because they are so cold. But because of generation goes with this, greenhouse gas emission, now the atmosphere is so warm that those glasses now started melting. And they are melting in a magnitude that you cannot withstand. If you look at some of the films at the Northern Pole and see a big, huge glacier that is as big as almost half of KMC plunging into the Arctic Circle, melting into the Arctic Ocean. Those glaciers that vehicles used to ply on and road are no more available because they all melt. And this melting will cause sea level rise. That's why you, me, and my sister, we are all in trouble. Because a meter rise in sea level, Banyan is doomed. And not only Banyan. These are the consequences we are saying. Now, but if sea level rises, what will happen? It will overflow its banks. So there will be abrasion. Where we used to sit down on the beaches will now all be covered by water. Where will we sit again? So that means sedimentations and other erosive processes will start going on. And we start losing our beaches. Imagine a few years ago, where were the Muslim cemetery, the Christian cemetery? All has been eroded away. If not with the government, the National Environment Agency and project to push the beach 150 meters inside, then there will not have been any beaches around those areas and Senegal.
That's where they planted the coconut.
That's where they planted the coconut, because coconut has a very, very important resilience method in maintaining the soil structure on the beach side. It stabilizes the soil composition on the beach side. So you will see that when all our beaches are full of coconuts, you will see that the soil texture on the beach side will be compacted, and no easy erosions will be able to abrade all the soils we have on the surface.
So do you have any maintenance mechanisms in relation to the coconut?
That's why I say I want to use these opportunities to say congratulations to the Youth Forum that you host here. And most of the powers, most of the energy behind all this transplanting, caring, and to make sure they are seen to grow to fruition is done by the youth.
Yes, that is true.
It is the youth that are doing every aspect of it. And of course, the participation of these youth, the credit will not go without, pondering some of it onto the program that you've been doing. Motivated a lot of youth, in this country. If you look along the coastline, there are youth organizations that sacrificed without any payment, without any inducement, without any honorarium. They just stand and feel like, it is me, it is our generation, because Alkinki, Baldemana and others, we are gone. It is our kids that we are planning for. Right.
He doesn't want to leave.
Oh, of course he will.
No, it's a
matter of...
It's a hard fact, but for us, our generation is almost there. Now we are planning for the
youth.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's the mentality they've seen.
Hey.
Yo, sasa boss.
Amaguma jekar, amaguma wungu, bala mangiriya. Kiki dafa inyande.
No, it doesn't.
It
doesn't work that way.
Why Baldebana? Sadigante Baldebana. How much can you fast? So that's the problem here.
Right.
You know, if you look at the destruction, the rate of destructions of our environment in this country, it's not done by youth. That's the fact.
Yeah.
It is done by people who must have spent greater part of their life on this planet Earth. So now if the youths have that intelligence to come and say, we are going to protect the remaining part of the environment, not even for us, because every youth man will become an old man. Every baby will also grow to be an old woman or an old man one day. So it's a visual cycle that we must all go through. So thank God, our youth in this country has a very, very bright future for this country. Therefore, they need support. Because all the youths, they sometimes spend the night on the beach side to make sure these coconuts planted are not stolen. So if you go to Katong, you'll have coconut boys. If you go to Tangi, you'll have coconut boys. They are even proud to call themselves coconut boys because they want to see these coconuts grow over. I wish you have the opportunity to go to Gunjur and see the beach side.
Yeah.
The Gambia Environment Alliance, Green Up Gambia, Coconut Boys of Banyun, Coconut Boys of Bara, the Bakau Boys, you know. You cannot believe it. And they, you know, launching the second phase in Bakau that day, I was surprised. Because those big boys, they already planted more than 10 coconut trees that are already been there visible.
Oh, nice.
So they say, if we went and buy these, plant it, and we make sure see the, you know, grow it. So if you give me more, we'll take care of it. And proudly, and without any inducement, they come in there, they came out in their great numbers and do the work, and then they are promising for us to be all the time monitoring the progress of
so
those
I think you should have,
I mean,
we have a minute.
What are the coconut trees? I mean,
no, of course, that's why the GCCA project provided hose pipes to all those youths, watering can, wheelbarrows, and we make sure we negotiate where they will get their source of water to make sure these coconut trees.
Amazing, but thank you so much. I think one of my favorite...
Yeah, but I will have to say a big thank you to the Executive Director of the National Environment Agency, Dr. Dauda Baji, who has been the project executive, you know, of the GCCA project, and, you know, Abubakar Kujabi, who is also the coordinator of this project. And these coconut trees planted are the very best type that we order. They come from Ivory Coast. They are not the indigenous ones, but they have been sampled to be one of the best to be easily grown up here. So in 1 year time, go to Bakau Beach. You can easily get a coconut from there.
I think time is up, but you know, just to say that one of my favorite programs, we were talking about this before we came on, is the fact that, you know, the NEA actually catches, you know, children young. You know, children when they go into school, they are educated about all of these things. I can remember during my time at Bakau Newtown. That's why I was saying he never Mustamak. So we are growing. You
know, time constraints. We have to scrutinize that the National Environment Agency has strategized a team called Catch Them Young.
Yeah, the grade.
Do you see where I told you I'm going for a school-based tree planting exercise?
That's amazing.
Because I said, Baleba and Kinki are gone. We are now targeting the youth.
And you've been doing that for how long? Because I met him when I was in grade 4.
Oh, yes.
So, that's amazing.
To start
and come 20 years time, you come and meet me here. I will not be like any Baldeban.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so we'll just go for a short break. And when we come back, we'll be joined by officials from the GPPA to take a look at a validation workshop and what it seeks to achieve. We'll be right back.
Step into the Espas Motors showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system with reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espace Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 35-2222 or 353-4444.
Do your banking the smart way with the new Aji Bank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards. Request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Aji Bank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Aji Bank, your investment partner. You asked for it and QCell is giving it to you with our new and improved Sunyu Bundle Mega Promo. Now you can get more data at cheaper prices. Buy any of our bundle packages and enjoy massive discounts. Dial *303# and enjoy browsing on the network with the biggest coverage. Buy a 20 megabytes data bundle for as low as $7 and 50 bottles today, or purchase bigger bundles up to 20 gigabytes. Yes, that's right, 20 gigabytes of data at your fingertips. With our mega promo bundles, you can browse more, chat longer, and stay connected on the go, anytime, anywhere. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, we innovate.
The art of juggling is a true spectacle of agility, coordination, and speed. A symbol of progression, precision, and mastery. "5G speed is like having the juggler in your pocket. With lightning-fast download and upload speeds, you'll easily be able to juggle even the busiest workdays. Whether you're a busy entrepreneur, a creative, or just someone who wants to stay connected. Juggle your tasks with ease with QCell 5G speed. The future is here. It's fast, reliable, and efficient. First brought to you by QCell. We innovate, others follow.
From that short break, if you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. So Ibrahim, like I mentioned, we're joined by officials from the Gambia Public Procurement Authority, and we'll be taking a look at the validation of the public procurement regulations that they put in place, and the Procurement Regulation Act of 2023, which aims to protect best practices and strategies, providing clear guidance on the allocation of public funds. This is not the first time that we've hosted them, and we've been engaging them a lot when it comes to procurement issues in the Gambia, because currently, if you watch the National Assembly, you know, just the issues are already out there. So for them to come up with such, to actually ensure that public funds are protected, I think it's a step in the right direction. So we're joined by the Director General, Mr. Fode Jaite, as well as Mr. Ibrahim Sanyang, who's the Director of Procurement Policy and Operations. Yes, so Mr. Sanyang, we can start with you as the Director of Procurement Policy and Operations. I already started to talk about the objective of this act.
Exactly.
You know, so maybe you can delve into it more as to other objectives that are there.
Thank you so much, morning viewers, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to come here so that our stakeholders will know more about what we are doing and what our regulation is all about. Now, I just want to take you through
a summary of the statistics of the Gambian spending. The country spent over $22 billion is estimate on annual basis.
Wow.
And out of that, about 15.4 billion is procurement related.
Right.
But that being the case, it is important that we have regulations to guide how these public expenditures should be made. And actually that is what the regulation is all about, so that public expenditure will be spent judiciously. So a brief history of the Act, of course, in 2022, the National Assembly ascended to the Act, which was assented to. They enacted the Act and assented to by the President around the 1st of November 2022. So the Act basically make some pronouncements, and it is the regulation that will go into detail to explain how the Act should be, or provisions in the Act should be implemented.
Yeah.
So in other words, there are guidelines, sort of.
So DG, Mr. Jaite, so the coming of this Act, does this mean that, you know, proper regulations were in place in relation to procurement in the Gambia? You know, because, you know, to ask this question is because currently we see what is happening at the National Assembly. You know, the committee is even asking for certain bodies to like return certain funds within a certain period of time. That is the COVID-19 funds. And even if it's not with the COVID-19 funds, currently we see the Commission of Inquiry into local government's dealings, and we see, you know, the problems when it comes to procurement. So does this mean that, you know, proper regulations were in place prior to the validation of this particular Act?
No. Proper regulations were in place. Procurement, like, you know, the field is evolving, it's dynamic, it's changing. And that's why we had the 2022 Act, that's the latest Act, the new Act. Whenever a new Act comes into place, there has to be a new regulation. Like he said, the director just alluded to, the regulation implements and operationalizes the Act. It explains the Act in detail so that, you know, the procurement actors can understand and implement it into practice. So that's what this regulation is about. This regulation is a very good regulation, just like the Act is a very good Act. It's very dynamic, actually. This is the first regulation developed by Gambians in the Gambia. All other, I'm saying the Act, I mean the regulation.
Yes.
All other regulations were developed by consultants. But this one we developed it our own, so it's a homegrown.
So it's domesticated.
It's domesticated,
nice.
Actually.
That's amazing.
And so that's what the validation was all about. This is the second last and the last validation, is to make sure that people buy into it, people understand it, because at the end of the day, they are going to operationalize, they're going to implement it.
So do you think it's because of lack of understanding of regulations, that is why we see all the things happening in the country when it comes to procurement, ranging from COVID funds to other issues?
No, I think there are many factors. Like I did mention some of these things at the Local Government Commission of Inquiry. I think there are many factors for some of the misprocurements and malprocurements that we have seen. There are lots of factors. There are lots of contributing factors. Incompetence is there. Corruption is there. Well, maybe lack of understanding is there. Mistakes were there. Lots of violations has happened, as we all have seen in the Local Government Commission of Inquiry. So there are lots of factors.
So why does it take so long, I mean, for us to come up with this act, I mean, trying to strengthen some of our procurement processes, I mean, to make sure everything is in place, to avoid certain malpractice that were happening in the past?
I don't think the act has come late. You can have all the laws, you can have all the regulations, you can have all the rules, and people can still do otherwise. So, and that's what we're about. We're trying to reform. We're trying to reform the authority. We're trying to reform procurement. And you can see that's why we, this time around, we are doing away with prior approvals. We don't like institutions come to us for prior approvals. And we're saying now, part of our reform agenda is to stop prior approvals. We will no longer be approving procurements from procuring organizations. We want them to do that for themselves. We want to focus on other areas like the post reviews. The authorized procurement organization to do their own procurement. We'll focus on digitalizing the procurement system. And I think that is the most important thing, is to digitalization.
I think so.
That is what will,
you know,
really
are we moving there to the digitalization? Because at least then, you know, people can be held accountable easily. You know, are we moving? What are some of the steps towards the digitalization?
Actually, we are moving and we are very close to it because at the moment there are a lot of issues that are, of course, done. We conducted study tours, we hired consultants, and we have a roadmap already to the digitalization that my DG have just mentioned. So we are very close to it anyway.
How close are we?
Now, when I say close, it means preparing the grounds for, and as I speak now, we are almost, the ground is almost level for the,
well, the reason why
for,
I said
for the
that, I mean,
e-procurement to take.
most of the time we are very good at, I mean, saying things, but the implementation bit becomes our problem all the time, and consistency as well.
Actually, what we did was we conducted a series of study tours to study what prevails in other parts of the world. And in that process, we also identify, because you have different systems which are suitable for different places. So as at now, we went to 3 different places, and a system is identified that we think will be suitable for the country.
So we're aware that part of the development that is anticipated is to how this will actually improve different aspects of our community. You know, when it comes to economic growth, you know, social outcomes, governance, and the list goes on. So generally, just how do you think, you know, procurement can be controlled? You know, fine, this is there. It's the books are there. The reason why I'm further asking this is because we have a lot of beautiful laws that we do not end up implementing. But specifically, focusing on corruption, how can we control corruption when it comes to procurement? How, really?
Is to make sure that the procurement laws are followed.
Because we see, for example, this is an allegation, it's not proven yet. We see that currently there's this article on how the Minister of Digital Economy had his own company win a particular contract to train, you know, staff. This is an allegation. We cannot prove it yet, but it's just an example of an authority, you know, doing it. And the commission is also there. It's authorities doing what they're not supposed to. So how about that?
Yeah, I do not want to comment on particular cases, but what I can tell you is that we are reforming, and the reforms are in high gear. And we're doing our work, and the way is to make sure that procuring organizations, these are government institutions, follow and comply with the procurement law and regulation. And what I can say for sure is that we are glad that government is not interfering in our work. We do not have any interference from government. So we are doing our work the way we should do it, and we are really reforming. So the way forward to fight corruption is digitalization, like the director just told you. It is only digitalization that will minimize interaction. The only way to fight corruption is to minimize interaction between people. And that's what digitalization brings. Procurement becomes very transparent, very open, and that will remove corruption entirely, because everything now will be on the system. There will be no need for people to meet and discuss. Everything is on the system.
Yeah, at least that will ensure.
And that's what we are working towards.
We do away with kickbacks because there's no way.
No, bid openings, bids, and all the documents. Everything is online.
Okay.
So people don't have to meet.
People don't have to meet.
You don't have to talk.
Okay.
And so there will be no need. There will be no corruption inducement to actually.
But there are allegations that, you know, officials internally sometimes can be the problem. You know, is that so?
And actually, all what DG is saying is a step towards that direction.
Okay.
Because
so there are internal regulations
if interaction is minimized, direct interaction with stakeholders is minimized. Now that will include GPPA officials also interacting with others outside.
Okay. So when it comes to the National Assembly, is the GPPA looking forward to engaging them when it comes to capacity building, or this has happened already? Because as lawmakers, they need to understand some of these procurement issues. Are you looking into something like that, engaging National Assembly members to build their capacities?
We are part of the National Assembly already,
yeah.
and the National Assembly is working with the National Audit Office and the GPPA. So we are part of every sitting of the National Assembly. So we're really part of the...
Yeah, but I'm talking about the members themselves.
Actually,
or is this something that has been done?
Exactly. If I may comment, training is ongoing.
Okay.
And let me tell you that every legislation we provide trainings for new members coming into the National Assembly. And even apart from that, from time to time we identify training needs and then offer trainings for them. And it's not limited to National Assembly members alone. All stakeholders are being trained. And now that we have a new regulation, obviously training is obvious, that we have to engage all stakeholders to ensure that they understand what the content of the regulation
Well,
is.
I mean, understanding it's also very significant. It's not just going training and maybe you are paid and you go home.
Yeah, but that's attitudinal change. We need to
understanding
change that.
it is very significant.
Actually, we have a training unit and we have a GPPI training institution, but at GPPA level we also have a training unit, and they are professional in the way they do their trainings. They know what they are looking for, and of course when training is not sustainable, it's not important, but we ensure that the trainings that we offer are also sustainable.
Yeah, but thank you so much. In as much as we decided to ask certain questions, it's because we want to know, but just to say that you have a huge task, you know, because considering that Gambia is a tax-based economy, you know, your role is very key. And I'm glad that you gave us the statistics of how much money in Gambia goes into procurement. It's a lot. So it, you know, needs to be protected.
And that's actually everywhere.
But it's every part of the world.
A huge chunk of government budget goes into procurement.
Which is true, but then at least those countries have the oil, maybe the gold, especially Nigeria. For example, Nigeria, but we are completely tax-based, coming from our own people. So we have a huge role, but then we are really happy that you decided to do this validation to ensure that, you know, more stringent measures are put in place to make sure that people do the right thing. So thank you so much for joining us on the program. Ibrahima, I'm afraid that is all we have time for.
Yeah.
So Ibrahima, you better be singing for me on Thursday because it's my birthday.
Oh, your birthday.
So do not forget that because I'm not going to be here.
Wow. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. So you better be singing for me on Thursday. Make sure to do that because I will not be here.
I'm going to do that.
If you don't, I'm done.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
All right, that is all we have time for. So Julde Njai and Ibrahima Balde will be here tomorrow and the day after to complete the week. Bye for now. See you on Monday.